Well, tell us, Chris, first of all, nice to meet you. And where are you right now?
I'm in Chico, California.
Chico, California. And, look at your books behind you. You got World War II, the Civil War. We could be friends, you and I. We have similar interests.
I can tell, like, you're always talking about, like, at the end of your show, or like, we're friends on the podcast, we're not friends outside. I got a gut feeling we'd be friends in real life without question or doubt.
Well, first of all, I love you got some red in your hair. You got the cool stash, cool mustache. I like the mustache right there.
It's nice.
And you got a good broadcaster voice. You got a very good.
I appreciate that. Thank you, Conan.
Yeah. What's your profession? Are you a guy that like
does? I'm a paramedic.
Oh, you're a paramedic. Oh my God!
Yeah, I'd very much like to be a broadcaster, but no, I'm a paramedic for now.
Oh yeah, you're only saving lives right now.
Yeah, you're really.
You guys help more people than
Step
I
it
do,
up,
I'm sure.
Chris, let me assure you, what you're doing is so much cooler than any broadcaster I know. That is very cool. Tell us what it's like to be. What's it like to be a paramedic? Tell us about it.
It's very rewarding at times. It is the biggest compliment I receive in my life is being welcomed into a stranger's home during their time in need.
Oh, wow.
And the only way I can repay that is like by doing my best.
Okay.
It's extremely rewarding at times, and at times it is absolutely difficult, very difficult.
When you first show up, you go in the room. Let's say you enter the house, you go in, and I guess the first job is to try and ascertain what is wrong with this person, right?
Yeah. Why did you call 911 today?
Okay.
I always introduce myself if it's available as a paramedic, and I say, hi, how are you doing? What made you call 911 today? Are you in any pain? What's going on? And we kind of have to go down the route of, is it a medical problem or is it a traumatic problem? And then from there, we treat, diagnose to the best of our ability, and transfer them to the appropriate hospital.
Wow, this is
amazing.
You are first of all, it sounds like you're very calm in these situations, right? It just
I am. I'm more nervous about this than I have ever been. Like, there's blood everywhere on the radio. I'll just be calm as a cucumber. But they're like, Lisa was just telling me, like, Conan's on in 2, and I'm sweating.
Oh. Okay, all right. Well, listen, maybe you need a paramedic. You should call someone right now. Later. Why did you call 911? I'm on the phone with Conan O'Brien. It made me kind of nervous.
Right. I won't be the first. I won't be the last.
Okay, you're a paramedic, and you go, and you don't have to call me sir. Just call me Admiral. But you go into their home. And let's say you notice, okay, this person's got a real problem, and you put them in the ambulance, and then you take them to the emergency room. Do you just drop them off then, or is there a handoff to the trauma surgeon?
There is a handoff report, and the handoff report is one of the most valuable things I can provide on most calls. I have access to, like, the patient's house. I have access to, or the side of the road. I can see what happened to the patient. I can see their living circumstances, and I can tell that to the nurse and doctor as well. I'm usually, as the paramedic, I work alongside an EMT. The EMT, generally speaking, is the one that drives and assists me while we're not driving, and I'm in the back, and I provide a higher level of care. I provide, IV therapy, cardiac monitor, and I have a list of medications I can give if appropriate.
What?
Wow.
I didn't know the difference.
And then we go to an appropriate hospital. There are different designations of hospital, and myself, or sometimes I have to call a doctor and decide which hospital is appropriate for this patient.
Wow. Do you ever give the guy driving attitude that you have all these other responsibilities?
Yeah. Every day. Yeah. He knows who's in charge.
I would. I'd be like, hey, how's the driving going?
I'm very fortunate.
I'm back here giving medications and saving lives. Hey, nice left turn.
The guy's bleeding out.
Hey, watch
You're
that
just
pothole.
bragging.
I would spend all my time bragging.
I'm going to turn you up. I'm sorry. My partner, I have the greatest EMT partner in the world. We work really well together. He constantly challenges me. He's constantly asking me questions about this, that, the other thing. His name's Talon. He listens to the podcast too.
Okay, well, tell him I said, hey, shout out. What's his name again?
Shout out. Talon, like a claw.
His name is Talon?
Whoa.
Yeah.
Now I
EMT ever.
Yeah, now I like him better.
I am.
Why aren't I talking to Talon?
Yeah, Chris, you got to step up.
He's
Let's
at work
Chris
right now. I had to get my shift covered.
Where's Rapier? As in Rapier Wit.
Yes. No, that's
don't call me that,
terrible nickname.
Really bad.
That one was really bad.
Stiletto?
Yeah.
No. That's not like intimidating.
Something about his stash. Like, we'll call him the Broom.
Oh God, you guys are so bad at this.
I think
the Broom?
Okay,
no,
you
that's
go.
bad.
You go.
Knife.
Okay.
Well, that's all better than my real nickname.
What's your real
they call
nickname?
Me Rain Man at work.
They call you Rain Man?
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I play trivia with my coworkers.
Oh, and you're
really
good at trivia.
Trivia.
That's all right.
Yeah, good at trivia and chess.
If they're mocking you for being intelligent and having knowledge, that's okay. You know,
I'm sure you know the feeling.
Yeah,
well, I'm sorry.
I mean, seriously,
I've been mocked in the past. Yeah. But so what if I can't throw a baseball? Anyway, let's not dwell on that. Last time I threw a baseball, I had to call an EMT. So you get to the hospital. You have the patient.
Yes, sir.
Do you have to say, like, okay, here's what I think it is? Does the surgeon ever have a real attitude? Like, I think I'll figure this out. Do they ever do that? Like, I think I got it from here.
Yeah, they went to 7 years of school. I went to 1. Yeah, there's a big difference. But I'm very fortunate. Again, the hospital I work in association with is we have some very fantastic doctors. I choose to work where I work because I work with a lot of really great people, including the doctors and nurses, other first responders in my area.
Come on. Isn't anyone in your life a prick? I mean, come on.
Well, that's why you called here.
Yeah, there are.
I have the utmost respect for everyone I encounter. There's got to be one person at the hospital who's just the worst. We won't name them, but you know who I'm talking about.
Dr. Leno isn't very nice.
Oh, good Lord. Anyway, moving on. So
I'm just picturing him in all denim scrubs.
So I hear you're having a heart attack.
That's his siren.